All right, well, welcome. And today I'm going to be talking about the recent Paradise papers. So for those of you who need a little refresher, even though this just came out in November, the Paradise papers are the second largest data leak on confidential documents in history after the Panama papers. We're talking 1.4 terabytes of data, covering 13 million documents and more than 120,000 entities, both businesses and individuals. Really, we're looking at here an offshore law firm, two corporate services providers, and records from tax jurisdictions around the world. So this was a pretty significant leak. So we may be asking ourselves, well, that's interesting, and I'm certainly going to go scrub my client's database to make sure I don't have any of these people. But there's more than that that we can utilize as both compliance and risk management professionals as kind of looking at this leak. When we think about these leaks, they're a real opportunity for us. Think about it from the perspective of law enforcement. So when law enforcement turns an informant for the first time, one of the benefits of having an informant is it opens the door and kind of opens the curtain behind something that you probably never had any visibility on in the past. And that's very similar in these leak cases. And financial services can utilize this leak data to actually get a look at sources, methods, things that happen that you never had visibility to before. And what do we do with that? I think that there are really two things that we can do with it as risk management and compliance professionals. One, it gives us an opportunity to really sit down and do cross-collaboration with our risk and compliance partners within our firms. So what do I mean when I say this? And your anti-money laundering group getting an opportunity to sit down with your anti-bribery and corruption people, with your fraud folks, with your cyber teams, with your vendor risk management, to look at these situations, look at these documents, look at these individuals, and see how would we have worked together if one of these clients came into our firm. It's something we don't do enough as professionals, and these situations give us the opportunity to do that. The second thing I would highlight is it gives us an opportunity to test our internal controls. There's no better opportunity than having a document that comes across on one of these leaks and sitting down and saying, how would my customer due diligence process fared in this? What about my KYC, my know your customer, my know your account, my know your intermediary? How would my AML transaction monitoring acted with transactions that are in these documents? How would my investigators have looked at the situation? From an anti-bribery and corruption and from a vendor risk management perspective, what would have happened if one of my business partners in the front line come across one of these clients and wanted to bring them on board or do other types of business with them? Would our controls have been strong enough to detect it? So I think that, long story short or I should say maybe short story short, since I've only got a couple of minutes with you, is to say that there's some real lessons to be learned from situations like the Paradise papers, like the Panama papers, and risk management and compliance professionals should absolutely take the opportunity to use them to strengthen their controls and relationships within their firms. Now, these documents in the public light have only been out for about 30 days. I think they broke on around November 5th. I'm sure there'll be some more interesting things coming out of them. And again, hopefully for your own firms, you don't have any of these folks in your client list, but if you do, it will be interesting to see how things fare as there's more scrutiny put on this. And again, this is not going to be the last of these leaked institutions or leaked business documents getting into the public light. So again, use these as opportunities to strengthen your risk and compliance partnerships, your internal controls, and good luck.